They just need to get used to it to learn that it's not scary or exciting. Have you ever been told that? Maybe it's your current strategy, but how will they ever get better if they're not exposed to other dogs, people, traffic, whatever it is that's currently causing the meltdown? It seems to make perfect logical sense. The more they see it, the more normal it should become. If they just get enough exposure, they'll stop barking, lunging, losing their mind. Except that's not what's happening, is it? If more exposure was the answer, your dog would already be calm. Today, we're breaking down why your dog isn't getting used to their triggers, why constant exposure can actually make things worse, and what to do instead. Hi, it's Katie, dog fanatic, coffee addict, and your guide to stress-free dog walks. If your dog pulls on the lead, barks, lunges, ignores your recall, or wants to say hello to everyone and everything, you're in the right place. Because nobody should be stuck in the daily misery of stressful walks. There are such simple things you can do to make your dog calm down, listen to you, and behave like a superstar. By doing the exact opposite of what every dog trainer ever told you to do. Nothing will boost your confidence quicker so that you can enjoy relaxing walks with a dog you're proud of. Welcome to Stress-Free Dog Walks. Hello, 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 and welcome back. Did you know that the way your dog experiences their triggers matters more than how often they see them? If they're not learning to handle their triggers, you're just reinforcing their reaction to them. And here's the thing, there's always a reason that your dog reacts the way that they do. And when you understand what's driving their behavior, their difficult behavior, you can start making real progress. And that's why I created my free diagnostic quiz to help you figure out the true reason your dog pulls, barks, lunges, or ignores you. In just 5 minutes, you'll get a personalized report with tailored advice from me so that you can start seeing real changes. The link is in the show notes. It's completely free, takes just 5 minutes, and it could be your first step towards calmer, stress-free walks. You've probably heard it before. Just socialize her with more dogs and she'll stop reacting. Keep taking him on busy routes until he just learns to deal with it. She's nervous around strangers. Just keep having people around to the house until she gets used to it. It sounds perfectly logical, but along with a lot of conventional wisdom out there about your dog, the he just needs to get used to it approach is likely doing more harm than good. At first glance, it makes total sense. Familiarity should make them feel better, right? After all, how will they stop reacting if they're never around other dogs? If they don't see it, how will they learn it's no big deal? Surely the more they experience it, the more normal it becomes. But if more exposure was the answer, why isn't it working? Because dogs don't just get used to things in the way that we think they should. In fact, exposing them to triggers can actually make them more reactive, not less. That's because exposure alone doesn't create change. Learning does. And so my question for you is, what is your dog learning? Something good? Or something bad? If you practice the wrong golf swing 100 times, you don't get a better swing. You just get better at the bad technique. So if your dog is exposed to their trigger without the ability to stay calm, they're just rehearsing the reaction, not learning to do anything different. And like the golfer, they're just getting better at that bad technique. In other words, the only thing that's improving is that they're getting better at reacting. So more exposure doesn't mean better learning, it just means more chances to repeat the same unwanted behavior. And over time, what most dog owners come to find is that their dogs don't even need the full experience of the trigger to react. And even just the anticipation of it, when they anticipate the trigger, that's enough. And this is why some dogs start scanning for triggers the moment that they step outside. They're hypervigilant, pulling on the lead, ready to react before anything's even happened. And that's really, really important to remember. The trigger doesn't even need to be present. This is why so many reactive dogs get worse instead of better. Their current emotional response to the trigger is what's keeping them stuck. If you want their behavior to change, you have to teach the brain a different pattern. Your dog has already learned something. So your dog has already learned something about their triggers. Now you need to change it. As an example, at some point, your dog might have learned that other dogs are scary. Dogs equal fear. Or people are exciting. People equal excitement or frustration. Now, every time your dog sees or smells or hears or anticipates seeing or smelling or hearing the trigger, their brain continues linking frustration or stress or anxiety to the trigger. And the more it happens, the stronger that association becomes. So your goal is to change that association to help them learn something new about their triggers. And the emphasis is really on the newness here. You can't teach your dog anything new if you're just doing the same thing all the time, dealing with their triggers in the same way that you've always done. So what is the new thing that you want your dog to learn anyway? Well, you want triggers to stop meaning overexcitement or fear or frustration and to start meaning calm, confidence. So how do you do that? Well, there are several different ways. I'm going to share 2 of them with you now. The first one isn't going to be the most practical for a lot of people, but it is the most effective. I suppose you would say gold standard way to change your dog's current response from fear or frustration to calm confidence will sound completely counterintuitive to the people who are telling you that you just need to expose your dog to the triggers in the hope that they'll get used to it. Because the most effective method is with a complete break from their triggers to allow their brains and bodies to reset. Now, like I said, this won't be realistic for everyone, but it's the closest that you can ever hope to get to a fresh slate, which is why I'm mentioning it today. However, I don't recommend this method without professional guidance because after that break, you then need to reintroduce your dog's triggers gradually at the right pace for your dog. Club Dogwood, you have our guidance for this part, so it is the best approach for you. But as I say, not realistic for everyone. So another approach is to create as much distance from the trigger as possible. And this allows your dog to experience it at a lower intensity level. A level where they can remain calm. And remember, a calm brain is a learning brain. If, for example, you're afraid of public speaking, would you learn best by being thrown onto a stage in front of 500 people or by practicing in a safe, low-pressure environment first? Well, definitely the safe, low-pressure environment first. And your dog needs to experience their trigger at an intensity where they are aware of it, but they don't feel stressed or excited or frustrated. And this is called their learning zone, where they're aware, engaged, and able to process. And remember, if they're already fixated or spinning or barking or lunging or panicking, they're too far gone to learn anything new, anything positive. So find the distance where your dog can observe other dogs, people, traffic, whatever it is, calmly. Let them look, let them sniff, let them process, and then help them associate it with something good. And this part's really important. That something good could be treats or praise or treats and praise, whatever they like best. So then what we have is this brilliant combination of no negative emotions because you're at the right distance and something nice is happening, the praise or the treats. So they can finally start learning something new. Dog equals safe or dog equals nice things happening. Back to your hypothetical fear of public speaking. If you got a round of applause every time you spoke, your brain would start linking speaking in public with a positive experience. So next time you come to do it, you'll feel calmer and more confident. Your dog won't change how they feel about their trigger just by seeing it. They need positive experiences with it. I get it though, not everyone has the luxury of plenty of space or predictable encounters. You might be navigating unavoidable triggers on narrow streets or sharp corners. If that's the case, and actually I recommend this for everyone anyway, make sure that you have some reliable cues that your dog already knows so that you can move them away from that surprise trigger without physically pulling them away by their lead or their harness. You won't always be able to control the environment, and the goal isn't to avoid triggers forever. It's to make sure that your dog experiences them in a way that allows for new positive learning instead of repeated reactions. And all of this will be so much more effective if you provide decompression opportunities afterwards, plan quiet, calm days between exposure sessions or those surprise encounters, sniffing, chewing, resting, prioritize high quality sleep because anything that's been learned during the day will be consolidated and solidified during sleep. And watch out for stress stacking. Too much exposure can backfire, but then you already know this part. If you had an exhausting high stress day, would you want to immediately repeat it the next day? No. Or would you want some time to reset? A big chunk of the learning happens after the experience and not just during the actual session itself. In the next episode, I'm talking all about the decompression walk, how to do it and how definitely not to do it. Okay, so exposure alone isn't enough. Dogs don't just get over things, they form associations based on experience. So the real question is, how is your dog actually feeling when they experience the trigger? A dog can only truly get better if they are calm enough to process and learn something new, something that feels nice. Right, okay, I'll see you next time when we'll be diving deep into the decompression walk. It is absolutely essential if you need your dog to stop barking, pulling, lunging, ignoring you, and to start stress-free walking. I'd love to hear how you implement what we discussed today. I'm Katie Guastapalia and you can connect with me on Instagram at Dogwood Adventure Play or inside Club Dogwood. You'll find show notes and any links I mentioned over at stressfreedogwalks.com. Remember, no one piece of advice will magically fix your dog. You'll get the best results when you combine what we talked about today with the low stress St. Venture lifestyle. Advice and opinions are our own. I'm a dog training and behaviour specialist, but I may not be your dog training and behaviour specialist. So do your own research before implementing anything you hear on the show. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with another dog owner who could use a dose of calm and confidence in their lives too. Sharing is the best way to make the world a better place for the dogs we love so much. Oh, wait. Before you go, I would love to send you a copy of my Calm Canine Blueprint completely free as a gift. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel and comment Calm Canine below because it really helps other dog owners find the support that they need too. The blueprint is my 10-page plan where I'll give you the big picture of everything that's needed to create a calm, relaxed dog. So if you're wondering, yes, I would love to have a chill dog who listens to me, but where do I even start? Well, this is it. This is where you start. It also includes a soothing, calming audio track for you and your dog to listen to together. And so it's ideal for winding down after a stressful day, a difficult walk, or preparing your dog to switch off for the evening. When you're calm, your dog naturally mirrors your energy. It's one of our best audios, but I will unlock access for you for free, along with the entire blueprint. I know, crazy, I know. So just like this video, subscribe to the channel and comment Calm Canine below. Take a screenshot of your comment and then head over to stressfreedogwalks.com/comment to upload it. And then I'll send you the Calm Canine Blueprint and audio track free. Again, head over to stressfreedogwalks.com/comment to upload your screenshot and get access. Thanks so much for all your support and I can't wait to hear how the show has helped you.